Pile number 1 viewers, this is your seashell. This is a beautiful scallop seashell, gorgeous color. Okay, that is what you chose. We are looking at the next 48 hours, what to know, what to expect, maybe what to be prepared for, what could be happening for you in the next 48 hours. This is the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. Let's see, what could be happening for you, pile number 1 viewers, in the next 48 hours. Let's take a look. All right, what do we have? Okay, Ma'at, fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So decisions could be made. You could come to a decision in the next 48 hours. Likewise, okay, a situation that you've been dealing with that has been long going will also be resolved within the next 48 hours. I feel like there's something right now, especially with the Ma'at energy, it's like divine order. There are some things that are just outside of one's control with this energy, right? It's like the universe is orchestrating things all according to divine order, and it's not going to fall out of alignment with that. Do you see what I'm saying? So you've been kind of, oh geez, okay, I just heard collateral damage. Like you've been kind of collateral damage in the meantime, you know, standing by the wayside, waiting patiently for something to come to a conclusion or to a resolution. And it's not, the feeling is here, it's not like you were being punished, you know, for the wait or something like that. But there were other things outside of your hands or outside of your immediate control, and it kind of felt like you were just getting the brunt of it meanwhile. I hope that makes sense for some of you. This is saying that whatever you've been patiently waiting for, if there's been something in the works and you haven't got word of it, or there hasn't been a resolution to a problem, if you've been waiting on a decision that was outside of your control, maybe other factors were deciding the situation and you had no say in the matter, if you were dealing with a legal situation even, or logistics in some way, paperwork, final decisions, verdicts, outcomes, the situation is going to resolve itself in the next 48 hours and in a way that will be handled fairly for all involved, okay? A lot of times Ma'at's energy is working things in your favor. So I see this as a favorable outcome. It will be justified. You will find justice, and you know, your situation will be justified, okay? What was wrong will be made right. That is her energy. So if you were wronged in a situation, if you were held up in a situation, if things were kind of out of your control, this is what is getting resolved. There will be a resolution incoming. You might also need to make a quick decision in the next 48 hours, or somebody may make a decision that will perhaps affect you. But if it does, these things are working out in your favor. So it's the feeling of everything's working out in my favor, everything's going my way. All will be resolved for the highest good of all and in every situation, for the good of all to the harm of none. That's kind of what this is giving me in the next 48 hours, okay? Again, if there was a legal situation that was outside of your control, there'll be, I feel like, good news coming in regards to that in the next 48 hours from the time that you watch this video. Whoa, okay. Oh, look, talk about good news. Right here is the Page of Wands, right? Let's see if we can grab one more. And the Two of Swords. Yeah, because you've been waiting on this. This is sometimes energy of being at an impasse. So let's see what this is, because I feel like this is what's happening. This is what's coming in. Some news about this situation is coming in right here. This energy is the town crier. He's the messenger, right? Oftentimes a herald, he heralds good news. Pages are deliverers of messages, so they deliver messages. And it feels like a message is coming through, some good news maybe arriving to you through the grapevine, word of mouth, phone call, email, text, letter in the mail, an email. Good news travels fast is what I just heard. And I feel like right here, the waiting that I was picking up, that might have felt like punishment, right? The Two of Swords is that kind of energy in a sense where, you're sitting there waiting. You don't know what to do, especially in this situation where it's outside of your hands. You don't know what to do, so you sit there and do nothing, right? And you kind of feel at an impasse because you have no clue. You don't know what the outcome's going to be. You don't know what the decision's going to be. And sometimes when you're in a situation like that, all you can do is just be still and know it's all going to work out. It's all going to be fine. Or go inward, right? And block out outside distractions so you can listen to yourself a little bit better. What is your inner being feel, sense, know? What is it that your higher self is trying to get across to you? Sometimes we got to remove ourselves from the distractions to hear the truth, right? And Ma'at's energy is truth. So let's see, what is this all about? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, there's others involved in this situation. There's definitely others involved. So, friends, you might get word from a friend, phone call from a friend. There's a bigger community involved in this situation. So again, there's just people are working on things. The delay, if there has been a delay or a wait, it's because there's other people involved. So it doesn't just involve your story. It could be that there's others involved in this situation as well. And it feels like the universe is on the back end working out the kinks. And meanwhile, you've had to wait and be patient. And friend or colleague, I'm hearing, could deliver a message. Three of Cups is all about joy, coming together, community, people, other people involved. So more than just one or two people coming together. So you could hear word from a colleague or a friend about a situation that's been held up, that you've been waiting on. Again, it's all about divine orchestration. So the universe is kind of doing its thing. But there's going to be some good news coming in about that. And I also feel like when this news comes in, you might have to make a decision. I think that's also why the Two of Swords is here. It might require, when this information comes in, when this message comes through, that a friend or colleague or somebody in your community delivers to you, you're going to have to make a choice. Two of Swords. And you're going to have to sit with that choice and really consider it. And then if you're put in that position to think about something in the next 48 hours or make a choice, a sudden, unexpected choice, the advice is to sit with it thoroughly, like truly. What is it that your intuition is screaming at you about? What is the answer that screams the loudest, the choice that screams the loudest in your heart? The reason why I say intuition is because the moon is in this card. And this is a matter of you're going to have to trust yourself on this one when you make the choice. If you're presented with a situation that's going to require a choice in the next 48 hours, you're going to have to truly trust yourself to listen to that inner truth. Because right now, everything's trying to work out in a fair manner, in a way that's right. It's trying to correct a situation on your behalf. Likewise, just like the universe is trying to correct the situation on your behalf and kind of bring balance and alignment to your situation, perhaps where right now there isn't any, you're going to also have to trust yourself. Trust the truth that you feel inwardly to make the choices that honor you thoroughly. Okay. I want to look underneath the surface. So again, solutions, resolutions, some truth that could come through and be communicated to you as well. Maybe a truth that you weren't ready to, I guess, hear, okay? It could come unexpectedly, like you weren't anticipating this information or this tidbit. I don't know if it's gossip with the Three of Cups and the Page of Wands. That could also come through in the next 48 hours. Whatever this information is, word of mouth, it may require you to make a choice. Likewise, you might get news, information that comes through about a situation that's been tied up, held up, that you've been waiting on patiently about. And it feels like whatever is coming through is good news, and it's meant to help you get out of a situation where it's kind of, you know, you've kind of been at an impasse because, again, there's greater forces at work, and you've just been at the mercy of the situation and the way it's been tied up. Okay? But again, something is trying to work out in your favor. And I feel like this is good news because we do have the energy of joy from the Three of Cups. And we also have the Page of Wands, which, you know, usually delivers good news. So it feels like a relief to know this, or something that's going to create a catalyst to help you make a change or decide something to place you on a path of alignment so everything works out in your favor as well. All right, let's take a look at the underside of the deck. That's usually underlying energy, something maybe hidden from you that you can't see, an underlying influence. Oh yeah, I love that, the Empress. Yeah, that's energy also of waiting, because she's heavy, pregnant, and brooding, okay? She's waiting for that baby to come out. She's waiting for that news to be birthed, or that information to be received, right? She's waiting for the birth of that dream to arrive. So you've been gestating something, or you've been sitting on something. You've been waiting for something to arrive, just like, you know, a pregnant woman is waiting for that baby to come into the world. So it's like you've been waiting for this moment. You've been sitting patiently. And I was getting that from the Two of Swords. And now we also have that energy underneath the surface of the Empress. The thing is that you have 2 3s on the table. And that energy as a number, 3 is about growth, expansion, creation, manifestation. So it kind of feels like there's been a divine orchestration of things happening on your behalf, being created or worked out in your favor in the background. And you've been having to patiently wait and sit still. Meanwhile, the universe is doing its thing, bringing the right people, places, and scenarios and things together with the number 3, because that's about reunion, right? Coming together. And it's like all these things have been happening, coming together on your behalf with the Three of Cups energy as you've been patiently waiting, manifesting the positive outcome and resolution you've been seeking all this time. Now, just keep in mind, when this comes through, you might have to make a serious choice. That might be the result of this news that comes in for some of you. Not all of you are going to have to make a choice in the next 48 hours or be presented with one. But just know that if it does happen that way, it's all going to work out for you. This was kind of all falling into place and in alignment all the while. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so failure. That energy is about feeling like everything's crashing and burning, okay? It's kind of like everything's falling apart. So right now, as you're waiting for something to resolve itself, you could feel like your world is falling apart, because there's an unknown element to all of this as the universe is working its magic in the backgrounds, as you're waiting for I guess a verdict or an outcome or a resolution. You know what I mean? The thing, it feels like you might think that you failed, but you didn't fail. Or you maybe things have gone wrong in the past, and now you're worried that moving forward, it's going to be more of the same. You know, it could be that you're scared of something going wrong. Could also be a fear of failure. Yeah, but I feel like you have the Empress here. She's such fertile energy. She's abundant energy. And then you have the Ma'at energy trying to work everything out on your behalf. That's why the card says the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. You also have the good news energy of the Page of Wands. You do have the Three of Cups which, you know, is symbolic of things joyfully coming together. People, places, things, and scenarios, I feel like, to assist this outcome or assist in the resolution to a problem. Meanwhile, you've been having to patiently wait and sit still and try your best to stay in alignment as you wait for these things to happen. But sometimes as you're waiting for things to happen and you don't have answers, it can feel like this, right? It could feel like everything's falling apart. Okay, so these cards aren't red reversed. So yeah, I mean, think about that. The time that it takes, right? Sometimes things take time. Sometimes it's just out of our hands and we got to wait. So I think that aligns. And, you know, it could be also a matter of divine timing. I know that that's annoying to hear, right? And if you're worried about something going wrong this time, or things not turning out in your favor this time, maybe because they failed before, this is saying stay positive. Everything's coming together on your behalf to work out in a positive way. There's so many things that have been happening in the spaces and the places you can't see. The reason why I say that also is because the Empress is gestating a seed in the womb. You don't know what's going on in that womb space, but you know that something's happening and growing and developing, you see? So there's a lot of things developing in the background underneath the surface, like the card was, right? And meanwhile, you could be kind of stressed out about that, feeling like you're stuck or at an impasse and everything's falling apart. Meanwhile, it's just a matter of allowing everything to work out in the way that it needs to. So that way everything goes right. It's almost like the universe isn't going to let this come through until it's just right. And that feels like a means of protecting you, not to punish you by waiting, right? The wait wasn't punishment. It was, or the delay wasn't punishment for this to come through. It just feels like it needed to be right in order to protect you or to have it work out properly in a positive way. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, look at that. I love this. Look at that. It says something wonderful, anticipation. Something wonderful is happening. Changes in the air. Open yourself to the blessings on their way. So there you go. Like, how much more confirmation do you need that this situation is going to work out positively? Okay, let's go ahead and get an angel number for you. The angel numbers in this reading can confirm a lot of what is already said in the reading and or provide you with an additional message you may need personally in the moment. I don't give you a resource to look up the numbers because it could be one you don't like. I want to, give you the opportunity to research for yourself and find the number source that reflects your heart space in the moment. If it resonates with you, then allow that to be your guide. And yeah, if you can, please refrain from putting number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason. We want to give everybody a chance to find their own magic. So let's see, what is your angel number for this reading? 10. That's a number of completion. So this whole cycle, right, of waiting for a solution is coming to a close. And we have 8. I love that because that's about abundance. And a number 8 as well. So we have 2 8s. So we have 1088. Go ahead and look up that number. See what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings I put out for members only. And you could also support me further by visiting my Etsy shop. I do have personal readings there as well as handmade items such as jewelry and other things that I might make by hand on my free time. So much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 2 viewers. This is your scallop shell. Hope you can see that. It's a really pretty one. That's what you chose for your reading. We're going to be looking at the next 48 hours, what to know, what to expect, maybe what to be prepared for, what could be happening for you in the next 48 hours from the time that you watch this video. Let's see. Next 48 hours. Pile number 2 viewers. All right, let's start with this first and then we'll grab the tarot. Okay, so Irene, peace. There is no need to worry. Everything is working out beautifully. There you go. If you needed confirmation that everything was going to work out just fine, here you go. I do think that you might get word in the next 48 hours that everything's turning out exactly as it needs to. So if you had any underlying concern about a situation in your life, if it was going to work out properly, if it was going to get resolved, this is telling you to have peace of mind in that scenario, because in the next 48 hours, you're going to feel better about the situation, okay? Let's see. The next 48 hours for pile number 2 viewers. Let's see. Whoa, hold on. See if we can get 3 cards for the next 48 hours. And if I need to look underneath the surface, I will. But let's take a look. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so something or someone is coming towards you, okay? I don't know if this is a romantic situation maybe. But it feels like something's coming towards you. Someone is approaching you, or something is about to approach. Oh, okay. So yeah, this definitely could be a love situation. Now it's interesting because I wonder if you have some concerns over a special someone. Could be romantic partner, maybe business partner for some of you with the 2 of Cups even, because this can talk about partnerships and alignment with all kinds of situations, whether it be people, business, you know, love, or whatnot. This is about being in alignment with somebody, feeling like you're finally seeing eye to eye with them. So I am getting the vibe that you may have a deep conversation with somebody in the next 48 hours. It feels like this gesture of love, or kind of like extending the olive branch in some way, is going to resolve, I guess, a misunderstanding between you and another. It's going to mend some fences and resolve a situation. I feel that could be, for some of you, even long overdue. I don't know if there's been distance between you and a special someone or somebody that you care about deeply. But it looks like you may be reunited with them with this 2 of Cups. There might be a resolution to that love scenario, or maybe to that friendship being mended or healed. I feel like they're coming to you with a sincere heart. There might, I'm just going to put it out there, there could be some passionate conversations, okay, that need to be had. Maybe some deep, passionate feelings exposed or shared even. I also feel like in the next 48 hours, you could even meet a soulmate. If this is not somebody from the past coming, you know, to resolve a situation with you, to talk about it, to heal it, to mend it, to reunite with you in some way, or to reconcile, then this is somebody new. This is possibly someone new coming towards you, approaching you, telling you how they feel, wanting to kind of forge a union. So there's physical attraction there as well, and as well as an open and emotionally available heart is what I'm getting from this. Could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, could be water sign energy, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person, or with those traits. That could also be you. But I feel like you're connecting and uniting with somebody. Also, if this is business, this is saying somebody's going to approach you possibly with a business idea or venture, something creative, something heart-based, even with the Knight of Cups, creative with the Knight of Wands, within the next 48 hours. And this could be a helpful situation to you, because this card, Irene, is saying there's no need to worry. Everything's working out beautifully. So again, in any situation that you could be worried about, concerned about, whether it be love, business, friendship, family, there's whatever that situation is, it's going to all work out fine. I feel like for some of you on a creative endeavor, you could have somebody looking to partner up with you, collaborate with you. They're coming from a good place with the Knight of Cups with these creative ideas. And they want to join forces with you for the simple fact that it not only could it help you and maybe help them, but you kind of are on the same vibration or on the same frequency and wavelength, maybe even spiritually or creatively. And this union or coming together or joining of forces with the Two of Cups can really bring you into alignment with a greater goal. Okay. Likewise, if this is somebody coming towards you, they want to see eye to eye with you. They want to heal, mend a situation. They want to connect with you, reconcile with you, forge a union, not only of heart, but of mind. They want to be on the same page with you. They don't want to be a mismatch. They want to be a match, okay? Likewise, if this is someone brand new, the same situation. It's like, you know, they see you as a match. They are coming towards you now, or the universe is making them available to come towards you now. And for you to, you know, be aligned with them because your vibration is in alignment with this match. It's just like the universe can only bring you what it is that you are. So you're attracting this person into your environment or into your sphere because you're an energetic match and vibration to receive this now, to receive this love, to maybe connect with this soulmate in some way. And it looks like there's a magnetism or attraction that could be there with this Knight of Wands energy. And not only that, the Knight of Cups is definitely feeling it in the heart space also. So for whatever reason, these two cards are giving me a deep spiritual connection. And then the attraction is kind of like a force, the force bringing you together in some way. Likewise, if this is a business partnership in a creative endeavor, it feels like there's maybe a spiritual purpose to this collaboration. Okay, let's look underneath the surface. Oh, okay, so Eight of Swords. If something, yeah, see, look, Eight of Swords is about feeling limited, about feeling kind of stuck or trapped in a situation, and if you've been trying to attract people, places, and things to you, connect with new ideas. You know, let's go back a little bit, because when I'm looking at this Two of Cups, this could be your own, also your own internal alignment. And this is maybe about you moving forward intuitively with the Knight of Cups in the direction of a creative idea. And in the doing so, you bring yourself into alignment and something works out really well for you as a result. Maybe underneath the surface to get you out of a maybe stuck, stagnant, limiting situation. Likewise, if love has been held up, if, you know, creativity has kind of like had a block, if love has been blocked, creativity has had a block, if communication or reconciliation underneath the surface with the Eight of Swords has been blocked, things are about to pick up, because we have two energies of movement with the two knights on the table. So where things have been stuck, stagnant, blocked with the Eight of Swords, or you have not, maybe in your position from where you stand, have not been able to see the forest through the trees, right, with this Eight of Swords, the two knights on the table are indicating movement, momentum, speed. Movement forward, where maybe with the Eight of Swords underneath the surface, there hasn't been. So that's super positive in that way, to finally get the ball rolling, to align with the Two of Cups in the direction, right? These are all moving in the direction of this alignment. Move in the direction of this alignment, what is meant for you, what is a perfectly aligned match to you. The universe is saying over here, I want you to have peace, peace of mind. It's all going to work out in a positive way. You are actually, as we speak, with the knights, moving in the direction of this alignment, of this frequency match. And in the next 48 hours, you're going to see how perfectly aligned and perfectly matched you are. Despite the fact that right now, as of the time you watch this video, you might be feeling like the Eight of Swords energy, right? Not seeing a way out. Not seeing how things are actually moving you in the direction of this alignment, of this match, of this partnership. Or solution even. There's really nothing to worry about. I feel like the next 48 hours are going to show you how aligned you are. And that it is all going to work out beautifully, like this card says. In a good, positive way. Despite how you might feel at this moment with the Eight of Swords. So I also want to say to you with the Eight of Swords, get out of your own head. Because sometimes with this energy, we can doubt that things are happening for us. That things are going to work out. Let's see. I feel like peace of mind is coming towards you in the next 48 hours. There's going to be something to show you or give you that peace of mind. And there's this feeling of like, it's all going to work out better than you probably could have thought. You know what I mean? You could get an offer, a gesture, a gift is what I'm hearing in the next 48 hours as well. I feel like somebody's offering this cup. And whatever is being offered to you, if it's a gift, a gesture of some sort, it's coming really from a very sincere, thoughtful place. Okay, so we have the energy of sleep or hibernation. Again, the energy of kind of like being unaware or being asleep to what's happening for you. It could also have to do with a seed that you've planted, and that's what you're aligning with, right? But if you have been stuck kind of on hold, unable to see the forest through the trees, you know, there's something that you're not aware of, is what that's saying. Likewise, keep in mind that, you know, she does have the blindfold over her eyes. She's not able to see, you know, the outcome or where it's all headed. Likewise, you know, the bear's asleep. So there's like this feeling of being unaware of what you're being moved in the direction of. But you're going to be made aware of it soon. Like I said, I feel like in the next 48 hours, you're going to get some much needed peace of mind about where you're headed. Because right now, from where you are standing, right, from your perspective with the Eight of Swords, you might not have a clue. You could feel like you're fogged in. Like you have no clue how it's all going to resolve itself. But I feel like you're connecting with the Two of Cups. With something or someone, or maybe even a gesture or a gift that's going to make you realize that everything's going to work out. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, so we have the energy of wisdom, knowledge, information that comes through, right? We also have a little bit of magic in the card because of the raven. So I feel like there's some wisdom to be gained from this conversation, if you have one, with a special someone. Again, if somebody's coming towards you to share their thoughts or their heart, they're sharing that wisdom with you in some way. There's some wisdom they will be imparting to you or revealing to you that maybe you've been asleep to, okay? Maybe you didn't know this stuff. Like, I don't know why I was getting the vibe of like somebody coming to you, telling you how they feel, spilling their heart out, having a passionate conversation. But in the conversation, a lot gets revealed. You learn a lot in that conversation about maybe what they were going through, about maybe how they were feeling, maybe about, you know, the fact that you didn't know this before and you were kind of asleep to it or unaware of it. if it's love especially, or reconciliation in some way. Likewise, you could have a secret admirer that comes forward, right, confesses how they feel about you in a passionate way, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't know you liked me, you know, that kind of thing. Likewise, if it's a business partnership, this person could be trying to network with you or collab with you because you have mutual wisdom to share in this endeavor, and it could possibly be used to spiritually wake people up. Likewise, they could say, you know what, I admire your work, and maybe you didn't know it. Do you see? And that's why they're seeking you out, to forge a kind of like a business endeavor or partnership or collab with purpose, okay? Because they truly believe in the wisdom that you have to share in some way. But there's some magic taking place with this, I feel. You're going to learn something that you didn't know before. Somebody's going to make you aware of their thoughts, their feelings, of their admiration, okay? All right, let's see if we can get a final oracle message here for the next 48 hours. I feel like you're going to learn something you didn't know before, that you were completely unaware of prior. And it's going to change things, but at the same time, it's also going to make you feel at ease. It's going to bring you peace of mind in some way. Okay, what do we have here? All right, we have the energy of strength. You have courage. You can endure, find your center, and spiral into your power. Okay, so remember what I was saying, that as of the time that you watch this video, you might feel a little, right, stuck, trapped, uncertain of what lies ahead, not being able to see the forest through the trees. You might be feeling a little fogged in about your situation, or uncertain about what the outcome's going to look like, or how things are all going to work out. And I think this is just confirming that, the strength and the resilience that you've had to endure in the interim. And this is saying you have courage, you can endure, you'll find your center, and you will spiral into power. So I feel like you've learned a lot in this situation, despite the uncertainties of what it is you've been experiencing. And we do gain wisdom from our experiences, right? And we also can find our power in that space as well. So I'm looking at this like, this is just encouragement as well, that things are going to work out beautifully, just like the Peace or the Irene card says. It's all going to work out beautifully. And if anything, when all is said and done, this is just going to be a learning experience to open up your eyes to something that you needed to know, understand, or acknowledge. But it also will feel like that information, that wisdom that you gain from this experience, whether it be with that person, with that partnership, with this new love interest perhaps for some of you, it's going to also empower you too, right? Whenever you know something you didn't know before, it adds to your experience. It adds to your wisdom. It adds to your knowledge. Okay? And if there's a feeling of feeling lost in the next 48 hours, right? If you have been feeling lost, this is going to give you courage. Because I feel like this reading is saying, look, right now you might feel that way, But if anything, it's just creating more fortitude. This is what I'm getting for this. It's just amplifying, I'm hearing amplifying your resilience. It's giving you strength even though you don't realize it is. Interestingly enough, I don't know why that is, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, basically. Okay. That's what this is giving me. You'll learn from it. You'll grow from this. You're going to have your eyes open in ways you didn't or weren't able to see before. But that's how we learn and we grow. So just trust that everything's working out in a beautiful way. As of the time you watch this video, you might feel a little, down and confused and fogged in with this Eight of Swords underneath the surface. But there is something coming towards you in the next 48 hours that's going to put your mind at ease. Okay? And also enlighten you to something that you didn't know before. And that, whatever that is going to help you. Okay? So let's see if we can get an angel number for this reading. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers, and angel numbers that show up can confirm a lot of what is already said in the reading or give you a personal message you need in the moment. I don't give you a source to look up angel numbers because it could be one you don't like, and I never want to imply that one source is better over another. I would say take the journey, research the numbers for yourself, because a lot of times you come across other sign synchronicity that spirit needs you to have. So, yeah, also, if you can refrain from putting number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason, we want to give everybody a chance to find the numbers and the magic within them for themselves. Okay, let's see what your number is. 7, 6, 2. So 762 is your angel number. I'll go ahead and put that number in the screen for you. If you feel that this reading has connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and readings I put out for members only. You could also support me further by visiting me on Etsy. Link to my Etsy store is down below. I have cool things there that I make by hand and personal readings there as well upon availability. So much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining. Pile number 3, you chose this really pretty lavender colored scallop shell. That is your shell. Let's take a look to see the next 48 hours. What is it that the universe wants you to know? What may the universe bring to you in the next 48 hours? What to expect? What to be prepared for 48 hours from now? Let's take a look. Let's start with this first, and then I'll grab the tarot. This is the Goddess Guidance cards. Oh, hold on. That's funny. Slipped out of my hand. All right, Artemis, Guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. And I love that Artemis is here because she points you in the right direction, okay? So in the next 48 hours, you're going to get insight as far as your trajectory, as far as where you're headed. You know what? I haven't done this for the other piles, but part of me wants another one. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Okay, independence, Bast. Your independence is a foundation for your success. Okay. So you're in the next 48 hours, it feels like you're going to get the inspiration or the push to go your own way is what I'm hearing. To forge your independence in some way, shape, or form. To be wild and free. I don't know exactly what that means. In what sense, right? Because that could take on many things or different forms. But there's something about you going your own way, being independent, breaking off from the path that is anticipated or expected of you. You're being moved like an arrow through the air to land your mark, to land your target in some way. So I feel like there's a goal that you've been wanting to achieve. There's a certain thing you've been wanting to do. Artemis is the energy of helping you land your mark. Okay, she helps you find your way. She guides you like the arrow through the air to land your target so you can achieve your goals. And in the midst of arriving at your goal achieved, this is saying you are protected. You are safe. You're meant to go your own way, because that is, like Bast is saying, that is the method by which you will be successful. You're not meant to follow the status quo, is what this is saying, or fall in line with societal norms or expectations. Your success comes from forging your own path. So in the next 48 hours, I feel like you might get the idea, the inspiration, or the go-ahead to do something outside of what is normally expected. Outside, maybe even break character, or yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. You might do something completely outside the box. You know what this feels like? A big F it moment. Like, fuck it, what do I got to lose? Right? That's what this feels like. You might do something. Wow, okay, so risky in the next 48 hours. You might take a chance. You might try something different. Way different than what others might expect from you, your personality, or your normal behavior, okay? Because sometimes, look, just put it this way. As humans, we can come off sometimes as very predictable, right? And sometimes others kind of look at us from the outside in and kind of can be like, yeah, you know, that's totally normal of them to do this, that, or the other. And then one day you're just like, you're doing the complete opposite of what normally has been predictable. You might do something unexpected. But you know what it feels like? It feels like it was pent up. It feels like the dam broke. The dam's about to break in the next 48 hours for you. To the point where you're like, I don't want to be predictable. I don't want to do what's expected of me. I want to be wild and free. I want to take a chance. I want to do something outside the box. I don't want to look back on my life and have regrets of not having tried. I feel like you're going to throw yourself out there in some way. Yeah, whoa. So you have the Eight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Look, and as a result of doing that, everything changes. Okay? This is Eight of Cups. That's definitely an energy of going your own way. Because there's something that you're not satisfied with in this card. You're not going to settle for 8 cups anymore. That's what is expected of you. Those 8 cups is kind of like what is expected of you. This is you just settling for 8 cups. But something in you is going to flip, like the switch is going to flip. Okay? You're going to flip the switch in some way in the next 48 hours. And you're going to be like, to hell with this. I'm going to go out and seek my 9 and 10 cups because I know they're out there. I'm not going to settle for just 8 cups when I know I can have 9 or 10. A lot of times, what I always say is that the 8 of Cups is a card of knowing your worth. Because when you do realize your worth, you're not going to settle for just 8 cups. You want the whole loaf of bread, okay? And the whole loaf of bread is then, you know, basically 9 and 10 cups. You want the full 10 cups. So in order to get the full 10 cups, you have to walk away from something. You have to change something up. You have to go in the direction of your intuition. And, you know, with the moon energy here, you have to go in the direction of your intuition, or how you're being called or chosen, right? Like they say, to move in the direction of something that feels more in alignment. And interestingly enough, the card that comes after the 8 is the 9, and that 9 of cups, you know, even the 9 of pentacles often is a card of independence. So it makes sense that the Bass card is here with this 8 of cups, because you're going to go your own way, forge your own path, do your own thing. You're going to move in a different direction than is expected of you. I don't know if that's figurative or literal, but something about you shifting and changing with the Wheel of Fortune. Something about destiny's calling, okay? And it feels like somewhere in the next 48 hours, you're going to be like, F it. I'm doing this thing. I'm going in that direction. I'm going to do this, that, or the other. I'm going to switch something up in my situation to get me out of what is not really fulfilling me with these 8 cups. Because I can't help myself. It's like this compulsion, okay? Being compelled in the next 48 hours to change something. And what it does is change everything. It's like that one thing changes everything. But it's also you shaking shit up, because the shakeup is needed, is what this is giving me. Okay, so forging your own path. Yeah, shaking something up. You're leaving something behind, maybe a thought process or a way of being, thinking, or believing for some of you even. Let's see, one more. If I need to look underneath the deck, I will, as a hidden influence, underlying energy, maybe something outside of your immediate awareness. All right, let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Yep. Page of Pentacles is an opportunity, an investment in oneself, the initial stages of a situation. I feel like this is a tangible first step, okay? You do get that ball rolling over here with the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to try something different. This is what this is telling me. And it's going to shift and change your trajectory. Because over here, you're not happy with the status quo. You're not happy with the way things are. Your soul is calling you in a different direction. And you're going to trust that and follow through. And in the doing so, you know, you shake things up. You do something out of the ordinary. And it gets the ball rolling. Whatever it is that you drop, leave behind over here, or let go, it's falling off the wheel here, so something new with the Page of Pentacles can hop on. Consider that pages are new energy. So something new is trying to come in after you walked away from something over here, or changed your mind, or did something different, which then initiated change to occur, so the new could enter, right? It's like in the next 48 hours, something you do is going to shift everything. Something you decide, something you change, something you follow through with, something your intuition nudges you about. But it's all pointing you towards a destiny or a shift in your trajectory that's much needed to place you on the path to whatever this opportunity is with the Page of Pentacles. You might surprise yourself in the next 48 hours for sure. I feel like you're going to take the chance on something. You're going to, risk something to invest in yourself, but it feels like the risk is going to be worth it, because at the end of the day, it's for you, right? It's not for anybody else. You're doing this for you, and you deserve to take a chance on yourself, to trust yourself, and also to trust the greater universe and your higher self to lead the way, to guide you there safely, like this card says. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. And again, your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. You might, just say to hell with it. Throw your hands up and say to hell with it. What do I got to lose? The thing is, you're not losing anything. You have everything to gain, is what this feels like, by taking a chance with the Wheel of Fortune, because that talks about change. And it also talks about taking a chance, or chance. Okay? Fortune. Fortunes go up and down, right? Fortune favors the brave or the bold, so they say. Well, there you go. This is you being bold and brave, taking a risk and a chance on something, someone, maybe, I don't know. Maybe that someone is yourself. But taking a chance on yourself, but in the doing so, it shifts everything, I feel, to put you on the path towards your goal achieved, or a greater alignment even, and independence and success. So it feels like you're meant to forge your own path. You're meant to break the mold in some way. And Artemis energy is going to help you do that. She will guide you right and true. She will guide you in the direction of your aim. Okay? So let's see what's underneath the surface here. Oh, wow. Wow. Talk about an upgrade, man. Oh, boy. You go, look at the progression from a Page of Pentacles to a King of Pentacles. Do you see? You see how that one little thing, that one little leap of faith and risk and chance that you take leads to greater blessings and abundance and security? This could be a business, career move, job change. For some of you, maybe you could be going self-employed. Maybe you're getting out of the rat race and, deciding, what, I'm going to go into employment for myself. I'm going to take that chance on myself. I'm going to invest in myself. Maybe some of you could be investing in a course, right? Higher education, maybe. So you can increase your knowledge, your pay grade. But there's definitely an upgrade taking place here, okay? Financial or otherwise, happening at this time. There's definitely an upgrade. We see the progression from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So underneath the surface, even though you're not, quite able to see what this initial investment with the Page of Pentacles or this opportunity is going to lead to, underneath the surface, to me, that is a good sign that it's going to lead to greater things, to greater stability, to greater abundance. Okay? Let's see if we can get more cards. Also, this feeling of like you'll have the resources to assist this endeavor, okay, is what this is giving me, if it requires resources financially. But let's take a look. Oh yeah, I love that. Change with the butterfly energy. That's energy of metamorphosis, transformation. And also, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is also energy of the Wheel of Change. Sometimes we just got to go with the flow with that and allow the universe to steer us right and true. It is technically like the helm or the rudder of a ship. So again, back to the energy of movement, travel, just like an arrow gets shot through the air and travels through the air. Likewise, the universe is steering your fate in the direction of this, and it's almost like you can't avoid it. Again, the compulsion energy I felt. But you are traveling, moving in the right direction for sure, okay? Some of you might take the risk to travel. You might say, you know what, I'm tired of staying where I am or being where I'm at over here with this Eight of Cups. I want to see more. I want to do more. You might decide to travel. Go elsewhere, move elsewhere, be elsewhere, work elsewhere, okay? Yeah, look at that. So you have the energy of gift, seeds, right, being planted. Maybe the seeds of manifestation you've planted. Maybe this change or whatever it is you leave behind, switch up, is going to lead you, guide you to a gift or a manifestation. Maybe the seed that you've planted come to fruition now, right? So that little risk that you take starts off here, but watch how it expands and becomes actual tangible fruit and abundance over here with the King of Pentacles as well, okay? Likewise, somebody might present an opportunity to you. That opportunity could involve a new job. It could involve higher pay or new career. It could also involve the opportunity to travel. It could involve a gift. But all of this is kind of working out because you were the catalyst to get that ball rolling. If it wasn't for you taking the chance, taking the risk, or doing the thing out of the ordinary, or changing up your routine, or switching something up in your day, if it wasn't for that little thing, right, to create the catalyst, these things, people, places, and opportunities wouldn't be offered to you or wouldn't be presented to you by the greater universe. Do you see? So it's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune is trying to collide you with destiny, but it's your initial activating moment where you throw your hands up and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm changing this. I'm doing something different now. Like, it was that created the catalyst to allow for these things to align with you or to come your way. That initial action was the thing that was a catalyst to allow for the shift and the change of the Wheel of Fortune, to place you on the path to date your fate, your destiny, and the greater gift of what is happening for you now. So yeah, I do feel like in the next 48 hours, something huge is going to shift, but it's because you create the catalyst to make it happen by choosing differently, by going outside of the box, by breaking the mold, right? Doing something a little bit out of what's predictable behavior for you. There's a gift and a blessing that comes out of it. And what's interesting is it feels like that was the very thing that was needed from you all along, all the while, to make this happen. Taking that risk on yourself was the very catalyst. That was literally the one little thing that the universe needed from you, so it can get the ball rolling, moving, traveling, right, in the right direction, to get you out of a situation you're not happy with or unfulfilled with. That one little thing, that's all it was. Some of you might know what that little thing is already. You might have it there. You've been sitting with it for a while and haven't taken action upon it, perhaps. But I feel like there's going to be a compulsion moment. You know, you're going to feel, I don't know, I'm getting energy of angst. It's good. There's going to be a push soon that's going to move you to do it, to try it, to experiment even. And it's the very thing that breaks you out of the cocoon with this butterfly energy. Right here. Okay? Breaks you free. It's a liberation, a liberating moment. Gets the ball rolling towards greater blessings and success. Let's see if we can get a final oracle message here. Pile number 3. Whoa, yeah. Whoa. Okay, you have 2. So we have the energy of energy. Yeah. Life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. So you might get a burst of energy, right? Or inspiration that moves you. Okay, to take action. Maybe that's what the power and the compulsion is. Right? It's like this energy is kind of like angsty and building up and building up and building up until like boom, you know, it kind of like explodes because you can't contain it anymore. It's been building up for a while, and what that's going to do is just end up pushing you to say and to have maybe like a big F it moment, like what the hell do I have to lose? I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to try this thing. I'm going to shake something up. Right? And that's exactly what's needed, because it moves you in the right direction to, I guess, land a goal, land a mark, land a target, achieve something. Move you in the right direction to shift everything. You're going to go your own way. You're going to forge your own path. There's so much energy surrounding this so it can happen. But it's time. You're ready, feels like. There's new opportunity. Did I say to learn something? Again, pages are students of life. They also deliver messages. So again, offer an opportunity could come through in the form of a message or some kind of communication. Maybe an opportunity for business, work, career, a creative endeavor, maybe higher education or learning, or investing in your own business. But it's what's needed, okay? All right, so let's see what this says. It says dance. Find your heart's rhythm. There you go. Step lightly and swing with the melody. Close your eyes and let joy lead the way. Yeah, so lead with joy. Okay, follow your bliss. I feel like your desire to be happy and to find more joy in your life is going to be what motivates you, what pushes you. Because again, the 8 of Cups is trying to find more, experience more. You want more than you're now. Maybe your current situation isn't really bringing you that joy or fulfilling you fully. So what do? You go out in the direction of finding your 9 and your 10 of Cups. And you desiring more joy in your life is going to put you on the path to do this, whatever this is. Take a risk, do something different, outside the box, you name it. I don't know. I feel like some of you have been contemplating it. And you're going to let your heart lead the way. You're going to trust yourself to do the damn thing. And then when you do, it's going to change everything. It's going to open you up to so many gifts and blessings. It's going to also make a greater goal, wish, dream, I feel, come to fruition. Consider that the word fruit, right, is in the word fruition. So whatever this risk is or leap that you take or change that you make that flips the switch for you to change your greater trajectory, it's going to bear fruit. It's also going to help something come to fruition. It's going to lead you also to greater abundance. You might not see it at first, but we know the King of Pentacles underneath the surface is saying, yeah, I got you. this investment, it feels like, will pay off. It will yield greater abundance. You might not see that in the initial, right, action of doing it, because we start off as a page when we take the first step in the direction of something new. We start off as a page when we lay down the initial investment into an endeavor. And it's over time and maturity that we develop into the King of Pentacles, where that initial coin of investment, right, multiplies, matures, yields dividends, right? But we know that that initial investment looks like it's going to yield a greater fruit as you progress and continue forward with it. All right, so let's get an angel number for you for this reading. If you're not familiar with my channel, I roll the dice here to get angel numbers, and angel numbers can confirm a lot of what is already said in the reading and or provide you a personal message. I don't give you a source to look up the angel numbers because it could be one you don't like. And I also never want to imply that one number interpretation is better over another. So I say do your research, find a source that speaks to your heart, go with that, let that be your guide. Likewise, you might come across other sign synchronicities along the way to researching the numbers. So I always recommend that you don't put number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason. We want to give everybody a chance to find that magic, that synchronicity, and the numbers for themselves. All right, so let's see what your angel number is for this reading. 2, 7, 9. Okay. Why do I feel like, was it another pile that has similar numbers? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. Maybe it was 827 or 872. Yeah, anyway, that's your angel number. I'll put it in the screen for you. Look it up, see what it brings to you. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive content and exclusive content and readings I put out for members only. You could also support me further by visiting me on Etsy. My Etsy shop link is down below. I have personal readings there. When I have the time, I make them, available for you, make myself available for you. And I also have things I make by hand as well. Crystal jewelry. I make crystal pouches so you can wear instead of when you stick your crystals in your pocket or in your bra or something like that. I make little crochet pouches that you could wear, underneath your clothes or whatever. So go ahead and check out what I do there. Have some fun exploring. Love to see you around. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care, and always keep shining.